Good morning, traders. Yes, I'm back like a track. I just did pre-market prep. Now we're going to go ahead and knock out some live trading. You guys out there, do me the favor. Look down right now. Hit that share button. Let everybody know live trading is getting started on Benzinga.
Winner, winner, chicken dinner. Those words have been dancing around my head all night. Oh, it's Vegas law, that phrase.
Kiana.
Fisher. Choi.
Joe. Cards drawn are the past, ones to come are future.
And the best part? It's beatable.
Yes, you made it to the one and only. Let's go ahead and bring on my man, the Yolo killer here.
What's up?
What's going on, man? Are you back at the home station?
Yes. So I've got 3 screens, so I can hopefully make some money today. I'm excited.
Hey, you guys here heard it first. Zunaid is ready, excited,
Back home.
no longer in Vegas gambling. Nah, my man was doing some esports.
Yeah.
You enjoy doing that, Zunaid?
What's up?
You enjoy doing esports?
Oh, man, it was a lot of fun. I mean, you've got a bunch of guys yelling at each other, playing video games for $500,000. It's always fun.
Can't go wrong with that. And I mean, the prize is getting bigger and bigger every year. So
Yeah.
I'm sure you're enjoying it. And the venue's even getting bigger and bigger. So it's definitely fun to see esports growing, and we'll see maybe some esports stocks.
Yeah, we've got a all-star esports thing that we're doing in Brooklyn at the end of the month, and then in January we're going to Vegas. So good stuff, though.
Hey, like Bosch Trading says, if you guys haven't seen the morning show, hey, hit the like, and also hit the like right now. Let's go. Let's support it up. Let's get on up there towards 200 as we get towards the bell. We got about 4 minutes to the bell. Anything you got on your radar today, Zunaid?
I'm looking at Coinbase, right? So I don't know if anyone got a chance. If you want, go on Twitter and check out Coinbase. And the CEO has been talking about their back and forth with the SEC and stuff. So I'm looking for a bounce, perhaps around the 254 and then 250 area. Definitely the 250 area for sure. So that's something I'm taking a look at to play. And I also like BBIG. I want to kind of give it a few minutes at the open to figure out what it's going to do, but I do like it over 1150. And if it does come down for some reason at the $10 mark, I will try to play that for a bounce as well.
Yeah, on that one, I talked about it earlier. I want to see if it could pull back towards, let's say, 1105, 11 right out the open, and then just shoot right back up. It'll be an interesting stock, definitely, to play.
Yeah, and then we'll see if any other options come in. Apple obviously has been great off of that 150 level. Microsoft, if it gets over that 300 level and we see some options come in, I'll go ahead and grab those as well. And then let's see what NVIDIA does. I don't really have a read on it. AMD for me, I was hoping to play it over 110. Just didn't seem that strong. So if for some reason we start to get some strength over that 110 level, I'll definitely have a play at that. So those are the ones that I'm looking at. Those are the levels. I see someone in the chat went ahead and mentioned Facebook. Facebook's been doing pretty well. I mean, I think even yesterday, right? Facebook had, let me go back to make sure. Yeah. Kind of started off on the negative around 372 and then grinded all the way up and went green for a bit to 383. So that's something that you can take a look at as well. I don't really have a read on Facebook yet, but that is what happened yesterday.
Yeah, strong day yesterday. Definitely rejecting that turnaround at 375 and then just pushing on up there to it. We'll see if we can get up through the 382 today. I think that's an important. It got to the high yesterday was exactly 382.
Yeah.
So look for that to break today, and then we'll see if Facebook can make that next leg on up. What's on my radar today? I'm going to be looking for solar stocks. One that I like is Max N. I've been seeing this one push multiple times through 18. Today, it needs to get above 18 and hold. You see how it's gone up through the 18, back down, through the 18 yesterday. It needs to get up there through 18 today and hold. If not, it could turn around towards 15. I'll see if kind of we get some solars to make a move. Wolf is going to be also on my radar. This one got a CEO buy, pushing through resistance. I remember when I started calling it out here on the 19th, and it's made some good move on up from that. So I'll keep watching this one. This is, of course, WOOF, Woofy. The Wolf. All right, let's see what else is on the gappers list this morning. Jag X, our biggest mover, already kind of giving back the gains. This is one of those gap ups and then just fails right back down. This one was interesting because it gapped down, then pushed on up massively, definitely all over the place. There's a buyout today, KDMN. So we'll see if this one kind of moves, but it was for $9.50 per shares. It's under that already. I don't expect to see much movement in a buyout here. We talked about that. BBIG is right here. Boyle is interesting. That's kind of a push there. You're talking natural gas. We'll see if that kind of keeps a move on up. What other stocks are interesting you? Anything else on your radar there?
That's pretty much it, man. We kind of pretty much talked about it. Support, if it doesn't break that $20 level and it kind of builds a foundation there, consolidates, you can go to the downside or the upside. Depends on where it does. But it looks like the market is open. So let's see what we have coming in.
Ding, 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 ding. Let's do this. All right. One that I'll be watching is support.com, SRPT. It did make a nice run up into this. I think it could get a lift today. We'll see if it gets a push.
Let's see what we've got. Let's see what we've got.
All right, guys. So I'm going to go ahead and put here regular and let's get this party started. So what I like to do is when I first start, I'll put it on 15 minutes for the applied movers on the gainers for the regular. This is just going to get the first 15-minute bar candles and see what the change is. So let's see what we get.
Ooh, BBIG. Hit that $11 and then straight 50 cent move.
BBIG?
Mm-hmm.
Foo-foo. Wow. I just kind of, right? Like
now it's 12.
A dip to 11. And then look at that turnaround. Wow, this one's moving massively right now, guys. Look at this. This thing went up to like 1185, probably put on the ass 12, and now all the way back down towards 1110. Super volatile name here. BBIG. Lots of volume getting in there. Back down to 11 and then right back up. This is going to be an interesting one to play today if you're trying to nail this one.
Let me
get my indicator on there. Let me see where the VWAP is. That though, it was interesting right there. I would have loved to play that 11 right out the gates there, and then probably just sold into the first pop. Nice push there. Now turning back down. We'll see if it cracks 11 on the downside, but man, definitely.
Yeah, you can see how it kind of rejected 12 as soon as it tried to break it. Let's see what happens at 11. I might kind of want to play it, but I don't like how easily it got smacked.
Yeah, that was a big seller stepping up there in the 12s. I'm pretty sure. I wasn't watching the level 2, but I would expect a seller to have stepped up there.
And if we kind of here, let's you can go ahead and share my screen if you'd like.
It's on your screen right now.
All right, give me a sec here. So let's pull up BBIG. So you can kind of see that last time, when was this? On the 1st of September, it also rejected that $12, right? So definitely a key level there. You can see that it's breaking down. It's already below $11. I will go ahead and set an order here at $10.14. My stop loss will be below 10. So let me go ahead and do that now. Again, no clue if it'll get there whatsoever, but that is something that I am going to do. And we can see if it gets filled or not.
Just wanted to state it for everybody at home. Lots of people calling out Genie. Nice pop back right after the earnings meltdown. It went from about 1920s all the way up to 2129 there. Big push on up there for Genius Sports. Look for a pullback maybe to the VWAP. VWAP is sitting around 2030s. Now up there towards 2150. Big push on up there. Good call out, chat. Just want to give the chat some love. They were calling that one out right at the bell.
Let's see what Coinbase is doing. Check out AMD. Nothing happening there.
You guys let me know if you guys see anything moving. We'll definitely bring it on up here. All right. So
if you're talking about Genie, I know you were talking about how you played that one, right?
Yeah, I mean, I'm still in that one. I have a long-term investment into that one, but I mean, this is a great reaction. What you want to see, it's okay to take a dip on earnings, but you want to see the reaction come into the market. Like investors saw the earnings and want to buy it. And so now that you're seeing this nice push on up, went up there past 22. We were all the way down towards 1910 this morning. So that's a nice turnaround there. As long as it can get above yesterday's close, we'll be looking great. And on the daily chart, what do you got? Yesterday's close was 2130. So as long as it can stay above 2130s today, I'll be looking at this as a bullish day.
For folks that want to get into Tesla, it's at the low of day at the moment. For me, I'm going to probably put, let me put an alert out on Tesla.
There you go. First push through the 100. There you go. I'm going to bring your Tesla up now.
Yeah, I've got an alert set at 750.76. Basically, what I want to do is I want to play the bounce from 750, 748 area, which you can see right here. It had a nice little bounce yesterday, so that's what I'm going to try to get into if it comes all the way down. If it doesn't, that's okay. I'm not losing anything whatsoever. For me, it's just about the risk reward, which is why I'm waiting for it. Someone's calling out AMC. There were some decent options coming into AMC, so let's see what's going on there. As soon as this thing decides to load up, there we go. Ooh, AMC. Okay.
AMC making the moves.
AMC is making moves. And as you can see here, I had an alert set at 49.14. So I will be paying attention to this. Possibly playing the break of 50, the retest of 50, hold, and then we continue going. So that's the reason I had that alert set. That alert there, by the way, guys, was set, what was it, a couple of weeks ago when I was playing YOLOs on it. So you can see how it comes in handy with those alerts. But let's see what happens there. If you want to get into it, you can also try testing if it tests VWAP around $48. But I am not in the trade whatsoever. Those are the levels that I'm looking at, is a break of 50 on AMC. Let's see how Apple's doing. So far, market's a little red. SPY down about almost a point.
All right, looking for some solar names to get some action. Enphase. Looks like First Solar did break through that 100. I might take Max N here for the 18 rip that I talked about in pre-market. We'll see if I take the trade. I'll let you guys know I'm setting it up here.
Netflix was something that was really nice yesterday. If Netflix, I'm going to set an alert on Netflix here as well. If it tests around 600, we'll just call it 665 will be my alert. I'll go ahead and play that for a quick bounce. It's no secret if you watched us, I love the bounces and I love the quick scalps. You've got RBLX people are talking about. Can't type this morning. That's all right. Oh boy,
The best of us, man.
You can see I've got here. You can see that I've got an $80 level here. Let me see why I have that. Looks like that was the last time where it bounced a couple of times here. You can see in this area. Oops, there we go. And then also here as well. So RBLX, me personally, I wouldn't get in until it was closer to this $80, $80.50 area. And that's where I would go ahead and take a position if this is something that you wanted to get into.
All right. Want to give profit shout out here to Happy. Hey, congratulations, man. Sold half of your Genie for a 22 for 50% profit.
That's awesome.
Hey, congrats, bro. Congrats. I'm happy you were able to nail that. Can't go wrong with taking 50% profit on anything.
Never.
I don't even shoot for 50% on stocks. I should just let you guys know. It just doesn't happen that often where you're going to get a 50% gainer. So when you get it, it's sometimes even good just to give yourself the pat on the back and take the profits and run. You know, it's not a 50% winner until you actually take the money. If you don't take the money, then guess what? I mean, you can say unrealized all you want, but that ain't that ain't the money in the pocket, right?
I want to see. Let's see what's going on with the AMC here.
You liking the AMC chart?
Yeah. By the way, this is where I was in AMC, and as soon as it broke this, I went ahead and got out of my initial position, which was in the single digits. That's why you see this here. But man, let's go to the 10-minute and see what's going on here. If it goes ahead, let me see what the first 10 minutes does, right? We've got about a minute left. Let's see how the first 10 minutes go, and then I might go ahead and take a position on this one. I'm definitely going to look into it over 50, especially on that retest and confirmation. We'll do that. UPST has been another great mover. Let's see what's going on here. Dude, this is incredible. I think just maybe less than like a week or two ago, it was in the 200s. There it is. Nice little bounce off of the 200 level right here. Right in this area, and then it just kept on going. Definitely exited that one too quick. I think I left it at 210. 100% missed that big move there. So if you want to get into AMC right now, you can go ahead and get in, and if it breaks VWAP, you got to get out. So VWAP is in about 48.30 cents, 48.30 give or take. If you want to play the red to green, you can go ahead and hold on to it a little bit longer. But that's what I'd be looking at if you were trying to get in right now. Some kind of news on Smile Direct Club.
I don't think it's new. There was news on the 7th, but that was yesterday, and it hasn't shown any reaction. Sorry, man. DC is not moving on the upside right now. AMC
All right.
held well there on that pullback to VWAP. I don't know where your VWAP was.
It did. It bounced off of that real quick. Let me go ahead and check out Netflix. You saw the alert that just went off.
Netflix.
Let me go ahead.
Mara going off for me on my end. So I'll look at Mara. Yeah, Mara, not a bad day. Yeah, nice first VWAP bounce. Let's see if it holds another VWAP and closes above VWAP this time. This is Marathon. Mara here, taking a look here to see if it holds 39.27 again, and then gets back up there towards 39.90s on the breakout push. We'll see if it holds here and closes the candle above the VWAP.
Yeah, AMC here after the first 10 minutes, you can see this is the VWAP line, the blue one right here that you're seeing. It kind of touched it, held, and, it tested 49. It's kind of doing its thing over there. You want to see that. Now you want to see a break over 59 in continuation. I went ahead and grabbed, what did I grab? The $50 calls at 250. I am down on it right now. It's at 230 at the moment.
Boom. Just got in and took a trade here on Max N. Look at that. Right on the reaction there, guys. Just got a fill there at 1790. Now about to hit through 18. Exactly what I wanted to get, right? Immediate satisfaction on the trade here. I just took 1790s. Let's see if we can get up through 18. We've talked about this as a daily level. Let's see where the next stop is for us. Let's take a look at the hourly chart since we have multiple times that we've gone up through this. So here you see those 1820s, multiple resistance at that 1820. We want to see it break through the 1820, get on up there towards 1850 on this move.
AMC just hit high of day there real quick. Give me a second. I've got to. But yeah, let's see how it does.
We'll see it. Got long on Max N. I'm looking for solar to get hot today. I did see some other names popping up too. Sun Power up there about 2%. Did a nice 15-minute move just couple seconds ago. So I'm going to see if these can continue. Solar, not a bad name. I mean, if you take a look, SPWR just hanging out at VWAP. I like that look, and you got a risk down below it at 2250. DIS trade money talking about Disney. Let's take a look here at Disney. What are we seeing out there on the DIS? The House of Mouse. House of Mouse pushed on up there through 185. Starting to make a move here. Let's take a look at the daily. We did make a nice push yesterday, looking like it wants to get through 185. As long as it closes above 185 today, I think it would be in a bullish trade there. So
Real quick, for the folks that got into that, oh, not Roku, Netflix. There we go. For folks that got into that $600 bounce level, you can go ahead and take your profits right here as it is testing VWAP. So you can let go of all of it, whatever you want, but that's a nice, what is that, like a $3 move. So this is why you want to set alerts, right? We kind of did it live in front of everyone. You want to set alerts so that way you know that, hey, these are the levels I want to look at. And this doesn't mean that I need to play Netflix and wait for it to go back up to 610s or whatever. No, my risk would have been $1, right? So right below 600. And I went ahead and got like a $2-3 move. So I'm out. Like, that's it. You don't need to stay in the trade if that's not what your initial intention was. You can just get in. If you're wrong, get out. You're okay. You're fine. Preserve your capital there.
All right, guys, we got over 500 people watching. Let's get these likes on up there. We only got 71 likes, guys. Come on. We're doing this absolutely for free. Free live trading here. Zunaid, my money. And this isn't Benzinga's money up to risk.
It is not.
I think that's what another thing to point out. I think people probably think that, we're just trading Benzinga's money here. But really,
it is not.
It's our money. It's my back pocket. So we're definitely doing our game and trying to do the best trades that we can make here. I'm long on MaxN. Did you get into that Netflix?
Yeah, the Netflix, I'm already out of it. Now the only trade that I have left is a YOLO on AMC $50 calls.
AMC.
It's currently green on it, but obviously this is one where I'm hoping for that break of 50. If you are going to get into shares below VWAP, you want to get out. The next level after that would be around the 47.84 area, and you just broke VWAP there, as you can see on my charts. So that's VWAP, and it is going down.
Fast movement.
And you see real quick, as soon as we talked about it, right, that 47.80 area, went ahead and touched it, bounced, you got a $20 bounce. So if you're scalping, at least for me, these are the type of positions that I want to go ahead and kind of set alerts at, take a watch at, see what's going on. Because oftentimes something that I learned throughout this trading journey of mine is the red to green line, right? So the previous close can often be a good area, not always, because there's no always in trading, but it can always be a good support and resistance area for you to watch. And that's exactly what you saw right here was the previous close on AMC, and you saw it bounce off of there. Now, what's it going to do later? No clue. Let's find out. But you can see the wick there off of that green to red that it tried to go with and just couldn't do it. And let's, same thing with Netflix here. I should find a way to have previous close on my chart. Not exactly how to do it now, but Netflix's previous close was around 606.66.
Manny with a good call out here. I'm going to go ahead and point this out right quick, Zunaid. DoorDash Dash making a big lift on up there from 195s up there to 200 now, up about 2% on the day, but it's not a bad looking chart today. Let's take a look on the daily. We're trying to break through 200. This one has been slowly just stair-stepping its way up. So it's an interesting mark to watch to see if it can break that $200 price point today. That's DoorDash. Not a bad call out there by someone in the chat here.
DoorDash, yeah, that $200 level should be a tough one to watch, but let's kind of zoom out and see what's going on. So it's been here before, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it has monthly resistance at 190s, but just got through that pretty well there. I like the chart, really. It's looking like it's trying to push through 200 today.
All right, that's interesting. I'm going to go back to AMC to see what's going on there.
Let's see what's going on. My trade is just sideways right now. Just to let you guys know. Someone mentioned that there's not much volume in MaxN. Yeah, there's not much volume. I only stress about volume if it's thin. If for any reason I'm getting a big share amount. I mean, my money is not going to really change this stock right now. But I base it a lot on daily charts. It's not
Yeah.
always just about the volume traded that day. So we've seen the multiple highs. I'm just trying to let it get through that multiple high. If it does, it'd give us a nice lift. There you guys see it. DoorDash breaking through the 200, now 230. What a nice move if you guys were able to nail that DoorDash there.
AMC said no, sir. No, sir.
BINGO. Someone talking about BNGO here. Let's take a look. Oh, there's not much there. That looks like a bearish pattern day. Sorry about that.
All right. Hey, real quick now, I'm going to go ahead and take this trade. I'm going to grab a small size, and I'm talking small size on BBIG.
Okay.
My stop loss, I mean, we talked about it at the top of the show. That $10 area, my alert went off, so that's why I, got attention to it. Again, I will get out of this trade at $9.90. I am out. My profit, so I'm in the trade. I'm going to try to take a profit around the 1040 area. Let me just go ahead and put an order out. So half of it's going to be out at 1040. The other half, I'm going to get out at about 1075. So just a heads up there, we are looking pretty at the moment. It's up about 15 cents for my entry. Come on, give me 6 more cents, please. Come on.
Airbnb, guys. If you guys didn't know, on Monday, that was my call out. I actually took the trade on last Friday.
Sorry to interrupt real quick. I'm already out. I got half out at 1040, as I mentioned. Put a limit order out there. It already got taken out. The next one for me is going to be 1070 is where my next one is. And I'm moving my stop up from 990 to my break-even point. Just a heads up there.
All right, Airbnb pushing on up there. I'm happy I got this one when I got it. Look at this, nice push on up there.
When did you get in?
I have on Friday, so I have 158.24. So
Nice.
now we're up like almost $10 on the name. So this has been a killer trade here. Airbnb. I don't know why it went back.
I'm seeing some options on AMD, looking at the October 8th 110 strike. Let's see what AMD is doing. Had about almost 300,000 come into that one. A little positive uptick there. Come on, BBIG. I can't stress enough. Look, we often give out, trades and ideas and things like that. And interrupt me if you're in a trade or you want to take something. But you guys have got to learn how to, set price alerts. So, for example, we saw BBIG hit 11 and it skyrocketed. It's 12, right? Mitch and I were like, oh, man, that would have been a nice buy. But we didn't FOMO into it, right? Went ahead and set our alerts. For me, I wanted to get in near the $10 mark. So I set a price alert at $10.15. As soon as my alert went off, I went ahead and bought it, and I knew where my stop loss was, $9.90. Now the stock is trading at $10.62. I'm already half out at $10.40. The rest I'm going to go ahead and get out at $10.70 if it gets me there. But it's very important to not FOMO and chase, and to take a position size that you're not going to be emotional about just watching it, right? Because as soon as I got into BBIG, I set a stop loss for $9.90 and I moved on to another ticker because I'm not staring at it. If I lose it, I know how much I'm going to lose and I'm okay with it. So don't set yourself up for failure. Make sure you use price alerts. Make sure you kind of use a position size that you're okay with and have a stop loss. Don't swing a trade. Don't have a day trade be a swing trade, because that's when you know you messed up.
I agree. I mean, you got to always set the plan. And if you notice you're being subjective, it's probably better just to go ahead and stick to the plan. It happens all the time where you're going to be subjective in your trade. The biggest thing you don't want to be subjective, I think, is on risk side. If you're subjective a little bit on your reward side, I think that's not the worst. You let winners run. That's okay.
Yeah.
But the biggest thing that you don't want to do is cut those losers and then also let those losers run. Another one that kills me all the time is if I let a trade that was a winner become a loser, especially a big one. Like, let's say like that Airbnb. And
Yeah.
that would never become a loser for me now at this point. I mean, I'm just
Yeah.
gonna get run. It's up there to 166.50, but that doesn't mean that I'm gonna be like getting out of this name in a losing fashion from here on out. Now I'm up about 6% on the name. Let's see. Yeah, about 6% on the name here.
That's awesome, man.
So let's see if
Let's see. Let's see what's going on with Wolf. I know you had mentioned it, and that CEO was buying. Nothing there, so
nothing there. Woof, woof.
not quite.
Yeah, nothing.
Let's take a look at what else is going on here.
Look at our movers here. Got my movers here. I'm gonna call out the top moves on the day here. All right, from the session, you can look at CTK, PMTS, W key. I know that one's usually a small penny stock kind of runner type. It's W key. Wise key, FSLR up about 4.9%. That one did a nice push through 100. Now pulling back though. Support. Look at support. It's starting to hold there. It's interesting. Just pushed off that 1960. We'll see if it starts getting some real levels to push on it.
I want to quickly talk about, and I need to figure out how I can just easily get previous close on TradingView here. But while I'm struggling today, we talked about previous close being a support and resistance, right? So here's AMC. You can see that this white line is the previous close that it just went ahead and put. It bounced off of it once, twice, and then when it flushed through, you can see how bad of a flush it was. It went ahead and now it became resistance, right? So you can see 1, 2, 3 getting smacked again from that level. Oh, I just realized you don't have my, okay, there we go. Let me redo this. This white line is the previous close here. You can see that it hit it. It found support, went back up, found support, and then it just flushed through it. And then it's trying to break that same previous. It's trying to go red to green now. And it did it once just in this area. Look at how many times it's tried to break it, right? So always take a look at your levels before you get into trades and set alerts around them so that you know when you're going to get in and how it's going to be. Previous close can definitely be a support and resistance area. Just an FYI.
All right, what's going on? Sophie asking me what's going on with the red tie, looking so sharp. Hey,
Mitch is trying to get a promotion and a pay raise, and I respect it.
Money, Mitch. I mean, if I don't look like my name, I mean, you guys don't see me looking like a bum on the corner, right? I mean, gotta look what you are.
Hey, hold on now. Hold on. Don't be taking shots at me, all right? Listen.
Hey, don't worry, Zunaid. I know we picked you up on the corner, but you're not on the corner anymore, my friend. Not on the corner. You're on Main Street.
Oh, man. I love it.
Hey, the only way, man. I'm excited to be here. Excited to enjoy this weekend. We're going to have some great shows. Guys, stay tuned. If you guys think I'm just getting started, you guys don't have no idea. Energy drinks are coming open today. I don't even.
Yeah, hit up Michael. He'll get you some Bang energy.
Oh, Bang. Yeah, I know Michael's all about that Bang life.
He sure is, man. That dude works crazy hours and he does it through the energy drinks. Gotta respect it.
I see them. I see them working hard right now, guys. So smash that like. Let's go. Benzinga, you guys already know how we do it. No,
just to harp on it. See that rejection? Rejected it, came right back down. So if you were going to go short, if you were going to try to go long, you're not going long till you see a break with volume.
Celsius from Luke. You already know. My man's on the healthy energy drinks. Healthy.
All right, let's look around. I want to see if there's any other stocks that are in play. And by the way, BBIG, I just saw that I went ahead and got filled. $10.70. I'm out.
Boom, boom.
Anyone in the chat take that trade? Anyone in the chat set alerts like we had said? By the way, don't forget, GameStop reports earnings after the bell.
Ooh, that could be a kind of a driver even for
after the bell.
Yeah, it went up there to 206.50 today. Has multiple bottoms here at 199. Might actually seem interesting to if you're looking for a long in GME. I think this would be the time because if it breaks down 199, we look like we're probably gonna crack 197 on the downside. I would love to see a reversal right here and then just quickly right back up through the 200.
Looks like a few folks did play. You've got Brett who said he played BBIG. That wasn't because of us calling it out because he said he got a 50% gain on it, but looks like Said also played on it as well. Got rid of it at 1060. There you go, man. Way to go. Get those profits, baby.
Hey, like they've been saying in the chat, I think I needed a green tie instead of the red tie, but
yeah, tomorrow, I mean, go, I don't know exactly, what you got around you, but you got to go and shop for that green tie, baby.
I think I'm gonna have to. I don't own a green tie. I gotta say, I gotta get the green, the solid green. So, hey, gotta match what the green hands are on the green tie here. Let's go and see what we're seeing out there. I am seeing now that my max end did come back to VWAP here. Needs to hold VWAP. If it breaks through the VWAP, I'll probably just get out. It'll be a 20-cent stop out. Looking for a push up for 50 cents. So not a bad trade at the end of the day. That's what day trading is all about, guys. You just get in the probability. You don't tell yourself if you're right or wrong. All you do is just say, am I set in the trade? And take the risk side. Take your profits when you got them.
All right. Someone in the chat, or Mitch, if you know it, tell me how I can show previous close on my trading view here, because I'm completely blanking out.
I don't know with trading view. I know it's probably in the settings somewhere, but
that's what I'm looking at. If someone in the chat knows, let me know. Oh yeah, where's producer AB? Are you on? Are you around, pal?
We're gonna have to get him on here, man.
We are gonna have to bring him on, but looks like a few folks went ahead and played BBIG. I'm glad. If you did, hey, show us your confirms. Tag Benzinga, tag myself, tag Mitch. Please do not share your account information. Make sure that stuff is blacked out. But
all right, so I want to show this kind of setup right now in GME. This is what you call a 5-minute reversal and also a 1-minute reversal. So it starts getting you a look on multiple time frames for the reversal look, right? So you see the 5-minute here, and you can draw a horizontal line right there at 199.19, or maybe you pull it down to the hold number 199. Now you just want to see that 199 hold. We just recovered 200, so it would be nice for it to hold 200 now, another close above 200, gives us that bullish side look to get right back up towards 206. I do like this approach now because if you also look on the 15-minute, you're going to see a bottoming action coming right down to that 119 and then a quick recovery. We want to see it really close back above 202 in the next 15 minutes. So let's see what we can get on kind of this move here. Now that you've got this bullish engulfing candle right here at 958, it can't break that low. That low is on that candle 199.02. So you see why I drew a line at 199.03. Pretty close to it, but just more along in understanding that that's the line in the sand for the pattern to break down. Now you just look. I took the trade here, let's say I got in at 200. I'm risking 1 point on the downside, looking for a push back up to at least the first resistance, which is 203, and then the second resistance, which is 205. If you wanted, you could look for a breakout, but that's not what I try to do. So from here on out, I just wanted to hold 200 and close above 200, showing me that I have a good level and that I can let it start making its move on up.
Oh, boy. BBIG. Again, I'm out of the trade. I didn't hold on to it. For those who may be asking, why did you get out? Well, I wasn't sure if it was going to break above VWAP or not. So I went ahead and got out. And lo and behold, it breaks above and it breaks right back down. So what's going to happen? I have no idea. I will say, though, I don't mind double dipping. And I will go ahead and set another alert at 10:50 or 10:15, excuse me. Just like I did before, and that's why I was able to get into that trade at $10.19 and had my first exit at $10.40, and the other one was at $10.70. So we're going to set those same alerts. If it works out, great. If I never get there, that's okay. And if I went ahead and got the position and I lost out, I'll lose about 20 cents or so. But I had made more than that on my first trade anyway, so it's perfectly fine. As Mitch went ahead and leave me, we're going to get this party started. Anyone who spams one in the chat, Money Mitch is going to buy you steak tonight for dinner, since he decided to leave me here all alone. Let's see. I believe Lulu. There you go. There you go, Joe. Joe, you want some steak, right? You want Money Mitch to pay for your steak? I know you do. There you go.
Did someone say steak?
Yeah, since you left me hanging, everyone who spammed one in the chat, I see producer Rohan in the back. You owe them steak.
Oh, so steak and eggs for everybody, right?
Yeah, on your dime.
Hey, I mean, well then come on down to Detroit downtown. You might hurry up though. I'll give you about 15 minutes because I need a good breakfast.
I like to pretend like I'm intermittent fasting, which I guess I am, but that's also my way of saying, yeah, I'm a little too lazy to make breakfast.
That too. I mean, I'm not a breakfast morning kind of guy. I usually just get up, do stuff, and then eventually eat. But
Well, would you look at that? AMC, that previous close. We talked about it, tried to break it, smacked, tried to break it, smacked, tried to break it, smack. Come on, look at the levels. Make your plays based on the levels.
I need some steak and eggs now.
Right here. You drew it, and you saw the action happen. Now, BBIG right now, and I honestly don't have a read on this. I'm just calling out what's going on. It's flirting back and forth with the VWAP line over here, as you can see, kind of going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Let's see what it ends up doing. But I am not long the stock anymore. Anyone else see anything in the chat? Please let us know.
Yeah, let us know what you guys are seeing out there. Looks like CTK, one of the big movers. That's a penny stock here. Looking for some other movers for you guys. If you guys got a stock you guys want us to take a look at, put it up in the chat. I'll definitely take a look. Lawyer Mitch, Finance Mitch, Simply Suit Mitch. Let's see how many people can do a so it's like a Money Mitch Mondays. Who can do as many M's in one sentence? Let's see what you got out there.
You've got Roy saying he's or he or she is scalping AMC. Tell us how you're scalping it, and woo, would you look at that?
Scalpy scalp.
Smacked.
That's a little tough one to scalp, I gotta admit.
Yeah, that's why I asked. I was like, how are you scalping it? Because the only way I see is puts on rejection of these with a stop loss above here, above 47.88.
Tesla coming back on the fourth 15-minute candle, says Elite Trading. Let's go ahead and take a look at Tesla. Tesla was actually a stock that I gave out as one of my 5 must buys in September. So looking pretty good on that Tesla call. We'll see what happens with it. It did break above 764, now pulling back there towards 754. We'll see if it closes green on the day. Yesterday, really making a push through 750, which is the look that I wanted to see. Now the big thing is, where do we run into resistance? Next resistance I have is up by 775, if not 780s. So we'll see if it gets towards that, but it has trenched straight up. It could pull back towards 750 today. We'll see what happens.
That's funny. Roy went ahead and said $40 calls moving up and down Zunaid. That's cool. I see what you did there with the J. I recognize what you did there. What's up?
The Money Mitch Market Morning Mooning picks. Oof. That last one.
Yeah, I bet you won't say that again. Bet you won't say what you wanted to say.
Lisa talking about the Netflix action. Looks like we got Netflix moving. How's Netflix been doing since that breakout?
So Netflix, oh my God.
We got our answer. We got our answer, Zunaid. Good Lord. That's a nice move today.
Man, I hate getting out quick. God damn.
That's how it is, man. That's how it is.
I got in at that $600 level. I got out at 603 because I wasn't sure if it was going to break VWAP. And Netflix said, screw you for not believing in me. I'm going to have another $9, $10 move. And I'm out of here.
Hey, that's how it is. That's why
tough.
They're quick. You got to be quicker than that, you know?
Oh, that's tough, man. But hey, that's okay. Went ahead and got so, but I mean, look, although I only got $2 out of the trade, it was profitable, so it's fine. But again, look at that level, right? 600 whole number, touched it, almost touched it, but you got a piece of it, and then boom, it's out.
All right, I want to do a shout out here for Moses, talking about he's from Sao Paulo. Hey, if you guys let us know where you're from, whether you're from a U.S. state, a country, put it up in the chat. I want to see where everyone's from. Let's see how's our reach today. Looks like we got over 500 people. Let me see where we're at on our light game. We're at 178. Let's go. Let's get it up there towards 300. That's our goal for today. I mean, who knows? I might take another YOLO trade if we get it on up there. Let's see what else, what other stocks we got moving today. Looks like I'm gonna sell max end here. We just broke through VWAP, 765s. I could hold to 750, but I mean, there's no point in holding the trade here. Once we
Keep
already established the levels, we gate out, and it's okay. There's one thing that
keeping an eye. Sorry to interrupt you. Keep an eye on Tesla. You can see that it had trouble breaking VWAP once, twice. It didn't even try to touch it. Now it has. Let's see what happens here. Either it rejects, and you can play puts, and your stop loss would be right above VWAP. Or if you want to go long, don't go long yet. Wait for a break and see what happens after that. But if you wanted to go short, this is not a bad spot. Although Netflix is up, it's up, $4. It's up almost 0.5%. So it's not a weak stock, so to speak. But depending on how you wanted to play it, you could play puts here with the stop loss at right above VWAP. My alert on Tesla, as you can see, was around that 750 area. So I'm not personally in the trade, and I won't get in unless it touches this area right here, and I'll have like a $2 stop loss, give or take. BBIG is now above VWAP, and looks like it's just making its way, consolidating here. If you're going to get in this one, your stop loss would be below the VWAP, which would be below $11, and your target would be somewhere around $11.40 to $11.50 is where it would be.
All right, like I said, I got out of that max end there at 1760. That is a 30-cent loss, but hey, it's been better than be a 30-cent loss than just let it go and do whatever it does. Let's go ahead and keep going. I want to do some shout outs here. It looks like we got a lot of people in the chat from all over the place. I'm going to do some quick shout outs here. Demi people from Holland. We got Buzz, San Diego, Jersey, Turkey. We got Philly in the house, Atlanta, Shannon, Ohio, Elite, Canada, St. George, Utah. We got Shelly from Mars. Did you know that?
I did not.
We got Pam from Alaska, Dallas. You got Joe Rogan from Uranus. We got Andy, France, Singapore, Boston, Amsterdam. Hey, Bosch, invite me out there. We need to get out there, man. We got Florida, Colorado, Mexico, Houston, Boston, Brazil.
Wave to the camera, Aaron Bree.
Hey.
Bye.
Coming in and taking it off. Yeah, Cali, we got Ohio, Gainesville. I actually been in Gainesville born, so don't worry. Nice parties over there. Dallas,
Tesla,
we got everything. New York, London even. I'm loving it, guys. Love to see our family out there. Look at this. We even got
Venezuela.
Caracas, Venezuela. I'll give you a fact that you probably didn't know, Zunaid. Did you know I was actually born in Caracas, Venezuela?
I didn't, but the way you said Caracas, which I may be butchering, so I apologize. It was like, there's no way this man is not familiar with Venezuela. There's no way he's not. The way you just pronounced that with yeah, you got it. You got it, bro.
Hey, we're heading to Europe. I also got some German background. I got a European passport, so let's travel the world, Zunaid.
Let's do it. And you've got, I'm looking at Tesla still. Again, you see all the kind of little peeked its head above VWAP, but again, rejecting so far. And that's the toughest thing, right, Mitch, is when you, like I said, stop loss above VWAP, right? But just because it kind of pokes doesn't necessarily mean that you've got to get out. You got to also check out the volume here, which you can see on this candle down here. I am really bad at this. You can see at this candle right here, it's below the trend. This line that you see is the average volume, and you see it's below it. So I'm not really believing in that. And of course, you can see that it wicked on down there as well. So
there's a trade that, I mean, I trade a lot off the VWAP. When I first started, I would do two types of trades. It was either the VWAP fade or the VWAP bounce. After watching this pattern for so long, you'll start seeing that on the second or third bounce, sometimes you get what I call is the VWAP fake out fade. So the fake out fade is where it goes slightly above the VWAP, gives you that fake out look like it's going to break out and break above it. And then all of a sudden it just sinks, and it sinks pretty fast towards the support. That's called the fake out fade. The biggest thing here is to start setting resistance or support at the pops. And so if you look at the second pop, if you draw a horizontal line on that, you'll see that it goes right through that and then right underneath that. You actually want to see a close above that second push up, or maybe even the first push up. So you can see right there, you got 758.01. You want to see a close above that to confirm the VWAP hold. That's what I started noticing, Zunaid. It was focusing on that. So as long as you can close above that second resistance push, then at least you're looking more in that bullish sense. What this does is it helps us look left to see where the other buyers may have stepped in.
It's definitely a good call out. Again, it's going to try to test it one more time. Let's see what it does. Again, no position for myself. I don't think Mitch has anything. We're just providing you a commentary, because the way that I wanted to get in this trade was here around that 750 area, which is where you can see my alert. Obviously, it never got there, so my buy wasn't triggered, and that's perfectly okay. Someone said BBIG is making me seasick. I agree, because it keeps on playing here. Now, this is, of course, the 1 minute. If you go ahead and look at the 10-minute, it's been a nice little fun ride there. Again, bounced off of that $10 level, and we got a nice ride up to 1040, 1070. And if you held on like I did not, you got it all the way up to $11.29.
Well,
let's take a look. AMD is not really doing anything since it went ahead and got those call options that I mentioned earlier. Still just kind of hanging, slowly declining. Nothing too crazy
here, man. Stronger hands, the manos de papel. Some stronger hands, dude. That's all it is. We just need the green hands.
There you go.
I need the green tie here.
You do. You need to go out to Ross or somewhere and go ahead and get you a green tie. Go ahead and take Jason Raz's credit card. He'll take care of you.
Right? There should be a credit card laying around
For
here
sure.
somewhere.
You know what? I wonder if you're going to have Wingstop at the office.
Right? They better have some wings. Right? I always hear about the good food at the office, and I'm like, where? Oh, it's in the office. Okay. Let's look at
there it is.
Here. You could. I know you're watching that Tesla. Let us know if we get a nice close above that 758. I'll see if it gets above that level.
I will.
Here, what's going on with that one? I know that a lot of people were paying attention to see if it can get through the levels that it had on the daily chart. Now it's pulling back there. Not what we wanted to see. There was this resistance right there at 2750 that we wanted to see it get above. Pull back today, going back down to 25.99. I think it just needs to hold 25.50, and then we can get back up there and test 27. But definitely this one needs to get above 28 for it to have a real breakout opportunity. And that's Palantir.
I like it.
What's going on with the Tesla Dragon?
Well, so it went ahead and peaked above, came right back down, and now it's breaking above again. Let's see if it goes ahead and closes on the 1 minute candle above it. And if it does, profit taking for me would be around this 760 area. I'd say 759, 30 cents or so is where I would try to get out. But look, wick 1, wick 2, do we see a wick 3 and a wick 4? So far, yep, that 1 minute candle wicked right on down, did not close above it. And now let's see what happened. The suspense continues.
All right, Airbnb setting up in a symmetrical triangle. We'll see if it gets a break out of this. This is one that I am long in, guys. Just keeping an eye on it. Trying to take some profit if we can get up towards about 7 or 8% on this name. This one takes a lot of my capital to get into. That's another thing. I usually don't like to tie up too much of my capital to get into names. So that's why I'm normally not trading names like Airbnb. But if I see the move, I don't deny myself the opportunity to make money. I think this is something that smaller traders do often. They don't go and trade bigger names. You just got to learn how to adjust your share size position and have the same capital that you would have in a lower trade. But understand that you got to give it a little bit more time to give you that return that you're looking for. But I do like this setup here. Nice triangle here starting to form. You can draw a trend line down here. See this kind of push here. That's what we want to see. Now we want to see a big lift come into the name. If you draw from the bottom of the trend here to that move, you can see kind of an uptrending triangle. Let's see if we can get a big push through 166 here on Airbnb and get that next lift to the next level. What's the next level for us? Let's take a look on the daily chart. Looking like we're running into a resistance at 169.04. So once we get through to 168, that's probably when I'm going to start taking some profit into that move.
Someone's talking about real quick Tesla. If you want to go back to my screen here, still hasn't closed above, right? You see all these wicks that it's having. See all these wicks that are happening right over here, but has not quite closed above. Someone is asking about Zoom. Let's take a look. I haven't played Zoom in a minute. For a day trade, I probably wouldn't get in until it tests VWAP again, just because of risk reward. Or I would go ahead and wait for the break of 300, a test and a hold. You can see that it had a high already of 308 or $300.08. But that's where I would get in. VWAP, get out right below, or break of 300, test, and then I'm getting in. And then if it holds, we're good. If it doesn't, we're out. BBIG, triple bottom. Say it ain't so.
All right, taking a look at the heat map, it looks like Amazon doing well today, restaurants doing well, Disney with a good day on up. Where we're having some pullbacks is actually in technology. Microsoft, Apple, Nvidia with a pullback today, AMD with a pullback. So you're seeing those names that were, big in favor start getting a little bit of a pullback look. Money rotating into, let's say, defensives. Defensives look like it's starting to get a little bit of life here. You could look at Coke, Pepsi, Costco, Target. Those are doing well today. Consumer defensives. PG not doing a bad day. Also, I'll pay attention to those. Also, utilities up. So giving you that sign that maybe the SPY is on the downturn. Let's take a look here at the SPY overall market. How are we doing and trading today? Looks like we're pulling back, but we are pushing back up here, but we did get a downturn into pre-market and the after hours. We'll see what happens here. We can hold 451 on pullbacks. I like that look. Now we just came back towards VWAP. I'll put my screen here. We just came back towards VWAP on the SPY. We'll see if we can get back above. I normally never look at the SPY in a 5-minute, but I'm just pointing it out right now. Normally what I'd look at is the quickest time frame is about an hour on my charts. Normally want to see an hourly pullback hold and see if we can get back up to the resistance. Now we had that hourly pullback. 450.50 is really an important level. If we break that on the downside, I could see us coming down. But right now we're looking like we want to hold 451. Let's see if we get above that level and keep holding.
Someone wanted to check out EFTR. I'll be honest, I have no clue where I would necessarily get into this trade. It is not. Yeah, if you want to take a look at it, check it out. For me, maybe the $11 bounce and the $10 bounce. But besides that, I'm not personally seeing anything. It looks like it moves kind of wildly. I'm not sure if you have. By the way, Tesla does get that pop and boom, there it is. You played it right above and you went ahead and hit that 760 level that we talked about. And there would be your profit taking right over there if you went ahead and grabbed it above the break and the close of the wheat map right here. I got to learn how to say that the best way I possibly can. But you see the close right above this candle. You go ahead and grab it. Sell it right here. That's a nice, what is that? Almost $2 move. And now if you wanted and you left a runner, you can aim for that $762 level for your next profit target. And of course, if it breaks high, or you wanted to test the high of day, you're looking at 764. If you went ahead and played Tesla, let us know in the chat. Looks like Elite Trading did up 20% on calls. I love it.
All right, so Effector is a SPAC, guys. This is probably doing a SPAC breakout. A lot of these get shorted big times, and then also the floats change. But I wouldn't maybe try to chase this. The biggest thing is SPACs have a tendency of not holding the patterns that we normally would see on other trades. So like this one is a little bit difficult to trade, and I'll pull it up so I can show you. So a lot of times you're not going to get big red candles on these pullbacks and then sideways action for like 3 or 4 cents. This is a tough trade. Doesn't mean that you can't trade it because it's hanging on VWAP, and you do have an out here down towards 1240. The question is, are we going to get all the way back up there towards 1550? It's really difficult for these SPACs to keep in trend because of the volume usually traded. So now you just want to see it close above VWAP, and then you could probably take your shot towards that 1540. Doesn't look too bad here, but definitely it's a high risk. You're looking at a downside move easily, about $1 on a $13 stock. That's pretty significant.
You're absolutely welcome. Looks like Kevin's in Tesla calls. That's awesome. Kevin, let us know if you're getting out here or if you're getting out somewhere else, then kind of let us know why. What kind of levels you're seeing. It also depends on when you got in, of course, but so far, let's go ahead and check out Tesla again. I believe it's above that 760 level still. I lied. It went ahead and dropped just a little bit, but
so what did we get there on Tesla, right? We talked about it that we wanted to see a close above 758.01. Where did that close actually happen? At 758.07 when it held VWAP. You see that, Zunaid? That's exactly the level that I look for, because it closes above that other resistance, giving you now multiple levels of support to go off of. That's what you want when you're in longs. I always look at, where's my support? Do I have multiple levels there? If I have multiple levels, then it should hold as support, at least giving me an opinion there off of risk. You always usually look at the risk side before the reward side, and I want to see that there's multiple supports there underneath me, not just one level. And the same goes for like shorting. If I see multiple supports underneath the stock that I'm shorting, I won't short that stock, because I know that there could be some support there. There's multiple levels. It's not just one level. When there's one level, you can get that elevator flush move on the downside, which is what you're looking for. The same thing on the upside. You want to see multiple supports, and then when you make that move up, you want to blow through the one resistance above, and then you can really start making moves.
Absolutely. And it looks like it's going to come back and test. If you did want to get a re-entry again, 758.35 area. Near VWAP is where you can try to enter it again. Again, below it, you would go ahead and stop out. It's pretty simple. I mean, trading it's not tough once you get the idea. There you go. See, Kevin agrees with me. Yeah, you can buy it back right around VWAP, right below it. For me personally, I would go ahead and get out. Kevin's game plan might be something different. It all depends on account size, risk tolerance, what levels you're looking at and what levels you're trusting. But let's see, Sava. Oh boy, Sava.
All right, I want to point out an infrastructure stock here that's been doing really well. NEE, Next Era Energy, pushing back up there. Multiple highs here. Show you guys on the right-hand side here. We'll see if this can kind of continues. Utilities doing well today. My other favorite utility, Duke, also having a good day. We'll see if this bounces back and holds at 103, gets back up there towards 105. Utilities not making a bad move today. That's what I'm seeing out there. Looks like Maps also not making a bad move. If you guys want to see a cheaper SPAC there, cannabis play, definitely check out Maps. Now, I think this is a good moment to go ahead and let you guys know we do have an in-person cannabis event, also virtual. So if you guys want to join virtually, you can do that. If you want to head to New York, I definitely suggest you guys check it out. I'm going to go ahead and play this quick trailer, and we'll be right back. New York City, guys, go check it out. Spencer,
I love it. That was nice.
Person. So if you guys want to meet Spencer in person, head out there.
I love it. They shipping you out to New York or no?
Nah, I'm gonna stay in Detroit. You know, cannabis conferences, Mitch.
I see. You don't want both of them there, eh?
Yeah, it's just not business-like, you know?
I love it. I love all the companies that we have out there. Oh my goodness gracious, Tesla.
Tesla. What's going on?
Just a
Just playing games with
downside.
people? Playing games with people today?
And this is why it's important to kind of take your profits, right? This is why you want to take a look at your levels and at least scale out. It's okay if you don't want, I mean, look at that. Just a, but yeah, we talked about taking profits here, and this isn't like we talked about it after the fact. We mentioned everything beforehand. But yeah, at the moment, it was just a straight decline. About a $3, yeah, more than that, about a $4 move so far. But
well, I want to start prefacing because I'm going to have AB join us here and take over,
Sweet.
and we'll get on out of here. But I want to give him a shout out because this was the guy that, I mean, he talked about the Netflix trade when it was near, I think, that 507, 508 mark where we just had a push on up towards 556, and he kept being stuck in a range. And I was really looking at this stock to see if we could break out of the range. I definitely loved where he took it because, I mean, even if it just went back towards the range 556, 560s, that's definitely some good money to be made there. Now it's holding 600. I would love to hear his opinion. So I'm going to go ahead and bring him on in a second. Zunaid, you got any final words you want to go ahead?
Do your homework, whether it's around VWAP, do your homework around support, resistance, whole numbers, invest in yourself, invest in your own education. You know, you can leave your 9 to 5. You know, you go to college for 4 years, spend a little bit of time on your day trading, and be your own boss. That's all I got.
Yeah, definitely. Without a doubt. Appreciate you coming on, Zunaid. We'll definitely have you back tomorrow. That's definitely, I mean, you see me, I'm already trying to kick on out of here.
There you go.
But definitely check them out, guys. Made in India. That's Twitter. Hit them up. Be like Zunaid.
Yeah.
The next YOLO. We'll
There
see.
you go. See you guys later.
See you, man. All right, let's go ahead and let's bring on my man AB in the house. What's up, man?
What is up, Mitch? How we doing?
Hey, I heard you were gonna trade Netflix. I wanted to hear what happened with that. Did you end up getting in? Did you take some profit? What happened with the Netflix idea? I know you put it out there on Power Hour. I remember when you were talking about it, and now you're seeing a monster breakout. What are you thinking here?
Yeah, I mean, I did. I can't remember exactly where Netflix was out when I called it out as a potential trade, but I mean, as we can see, we're looking at the dailies, right?
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, just monster days in a row. I mean, look, that's like what, 10 green candles in a row with one tiny little red candle mixed in there. You know, Mitch, I typically I'm invested in Netflix long term. And then on top of that, I like to play some options, but I didn't get into this with any options. I just know, you know, Netflix is one of those stocks that the options are just very, very expensive on. So I've been playing some.
We got you breaking up here. I don't know if it's just me.
Smaller option plays, but I think, oh, shoot. No, I think my connection in the studio room hasn't been good the past few days. Am I back now?
Yeah, you're back now. We got you.
Hello? All right, beautiful. Yeah, I'm going to have to go back and watch, find that moment in Power Hour that we were talking about Netflix, because I can't remember exactly what my thesis was there, if I just thought the technicals looked good.
You did. One thing, I mean, I even talked about it was range bound, but the range bound, you were getting it off the support. I remember when you called it out, and that's what I like. I mean, at the end of the day, sometimes there's these higher expensive stocks that just stay in these ranges. And even if you just make money in between the range, I mean, who doesn't want to make $100 in a couple of days and just continuously play that range? As long as the range is big enough where you can actually gain a return, I think it's a great trade. And this one ended up breaking out and then definitely making a big lift on up. We'll see if Netflix continues, and we got to find that clip. I'll definitely look it up, see when we can find it.
Yeah, I was going to say, do you remember when that was around? Like, was it, I don't know if it was last week or the week before, but if we find that clip and find what price it was at, you know, that'll be a good little, you know, clip showing how much return from a stock that we called out on Power Hour. We've had a few good calls on Power Hour recently. I mentioned today on pre-market as we were heading into here that I was looking at Tesla, which Tesla hasn't really been performing today as I was hoping it would, but it makes me glad that I got out of my call that I had yesterday.
Yeah, I mean, if you played it yesterday, that was definitely the time to take the profits. One of the things is whenever you get through an important level, a lot of times you're going to go and test it again, right? And so this one broke through 750, giving you that look that it wants to go to 800. But a lot of times what you're going to get is now that you got that breakout through to 750, it's going to come back and try to test that level, right? See if you can find some buyers support there. And so that's what we're looking for now. As long as it doesn't break 750 on the downside, I still think it has that upside look towards 780, at least for the short term being. This was one of my September stocks to watch, so I think it can continue moving. The biggest thing for us is going to be catalysts. Can they come out with something to really push them up? Today, you got news of their orders in China, and it wasn't bad. It was a positive look. I think you want to go see some great deliveries, something like that come out of also the semi-truck, right? Semi-truck was supposed to come out this year. It got pushed back. Maybe you get some good news going into the winter with the semi-truck.
100%. Yeah. All right. Well, Mitch, I'm going to go ahead and pull my Benzinga Pro up. I'll let you go ahead and get ready for SPAC's attack. But yeah, looks like we've got about 25 more minutes here, gang. So we'll go through some stocks that I'm looking at. I'll pull up my live portfolio. We'll see what I'm trading this morning. And yeah, let me know in the chat what everyone else is trading. We'll go ahead and take a look.
Definitely. I'll let you go ahead and pull up your screen here. Like always, guys, smash that like, hit the subscribe bell below. We do this absolutely for free. I took a live trade today. Zunaid took a live trade. So you guys out there, do me the favor and hit that like button down below. Let's keep it going, AB. We'll see you in a minute.
All right. I'll see you soon. All right, y'all. So first up on my list I've been watching this morning is Fubo. So Fubo, I hold common stock, just long. It's actually a pretty big allocation in my portfolio right now, at least in my Robinhood portfolio. And I was watching the chart, and it started looking like a little toppy here. That it looks like we could get a reversal down to this previous support of about $25, and then look for a bounce off there. So I got actually into a put position on Fubo this morning where I'm just kind of covered if it does fall. Then I can take the capital from those put contracts and put it back into the common stock at the lower price point, just kind of averaging my price that I'm in at Fubo down, because I am expecting this, if it does come down here, to bounce back up to this like $35 level. So this is one that I'm just kind of trading right now. I'm going to go ahead and pull up my Robinhood and let y'all see how I'm looking at Fubo. And then, yeah, let me know in the chat what everyone else is trading. I would like to run through these different stocks and see kind of what everyone's watching this morning, because it seems like we kind of have a mixed bag this morning between, open down. So as you can see, my portfolio is down a couple percent, down about $60 right now. And again, this isn't like all the stocks that I own or anything. I have a couple accounts that are more just like my long-term IRA that are just in stocks that I just buy and hold and just sit on and don't even touch. I don't even move. This is more, where I like to have some fun in Robinhood. You can see on my right side, you can see the option contracts that I have open. Let's go from top to bottom. First of all, this ozone one, that's dead in the water. Complete loss there. I can't even sell it because it's not worth anything. So we can just disregard this. I took a hit on that. But with these Fubo puts, I got in this morning. Let's see. My average price was $100. So I got in like right around here, actually, I believe. So they went down at first. Now they're coming back up because Fubo's dropping a little bit, up 15% on them right now. 16%. So like I said, my move here is I'm going to take whatever my profits are from these put contracts and put them back into Fubo at the lower price. Because we can see if I just go to Fubo, my average cost is $29.98. So we're currently right around that. But if we drop down to about, say, 28 something, I can buy more Fubo and lower my average cost. And as you can see, it actually makes up a pretty significant part of my portfolio on Robinhood. And let's go back to the live trade. So I bought these SQQ calls last night because I was looking at QQQ. Here, let's pull up the QQQ chart. And since these charts are just on Robinhood, they're not going to be, amazing. But we can go here, and these charts are actually, not bad. I prefer them on Benzinga Pro. But QQQ is just looking a little toppy to me up here. So I figure, hey, I'm going to cover my bases because a lot of my long positions and my other portfolios are in the big tech stocks. So, your Apple, your Amazon, your Google, your Netflix. So if QQQ goes down, I want to be covered. I want to be making at least some money on it coming down. So I bought these SQQ calls, which of course this is SQQ's leverage. So you got to be careful about trading them, but up about $70 right now. So not bad. I'm going to keep holding on to these in case QQQ keeps dropping. Because if it reverses and QQQ comes back up, that's great. That's fine for me because I do hold a lot of long positions in the QQQ. But maybe, let's see, I'm up about 33% on these. So if I see that get closer up to the 50%, I'll probably just take my profits and run. And let me know in the chat what y'all are thinking about, these moves. Downvote for using Robinhood. Look, I mean, I agree. I have my other portfolios on different platforms, but this is just what's easiest for me to trade quick options on. And are there problems with Robinhood? Yeah, 100%. Does it do the job that I need it to for me for this purpose? Yeah, it does. And part of it is just that I'm kind of lazy about it, that I opened this account, more than a year ago, actually before even the COVID pandemic. And that's when Robinhood really started having problems, right when COVID hit. And people would rush to Robinhood to trade, right at market open and stuff. Like the site would get bogged down. It would get slow. And so, yeah, I mean, those problems weren't really there for me until COVID hit. So let's check in on these array calls. So these are ones that I've held for a while, actually. If we go to the history, let's see, I bought them on July 1st. And so if we look at the chart for array, what we can see here is I bought these contracts right around here, expecting a breakout. Here's July 1st. I was expecting a breakout in array, and I did get the breakout, but way later than I needed to get it. See, I mean, so when I got in on them, the stock was trading at 16.14. The stock was trading at 19.72. So you think, hey, that's a great trade. But my theta, the time decay was just getting crushed this whole time. The stock wasn't performing well. So in retrospect, what I should have done was I should have doubled down and gotten some more calls around here. And that way I lowered my cost basis. But I did. So if we go to the, let's see, my trading history, you can see that I actually did trade. Let me go back here. I sold some of these yesterday at 145. So I took a small profit on those because it was one of the first days after the months that I've had this contract that they were in the green. So I didn't sell all 5 contracts. I sold 3 of them. I held on to 2 in case array kept ripping, which of course it hasn't. Today the stock is down, 6.5%. I do like the company. I like it long term. So maybe this is a position where I can look at opening a new position in, but I want to see some signs of reversal or some signs of consolidation, that it's not going to just drop all the way down, back down to this $14 level. But yeah, so I'm happy that I got out of at least some of the contracts yesterday. Of course, in retrospect, if I would have known the stock was going to be down, 7% today, I would have gotten out of all of them. So that's really what's driving my portfolio today. We've got the Fubo put and the SQQ call that are doing well. This array call obviously is not. Yeah, let me know in the chat what you think. Should I bomb out of the array calls, or should I? Shelly's asking, no, I did not learn how to do stop losses on Robinhood yet. Stone's asking, can you look at SPY for me? Entered 100 contracts on credit spreads. Let's see. Let's take a look at SPY. Let me know exactly what you're trying to do in those credit spreads. Yeah, I mean, I think looking at all the markets overall, we're due for some sort of a pullback. I think we can expect something similar to what we saw here in the middle of July, or here back in the middle of June, where just a little dip and then the buyers come back in. We've been waiting for one of those for a while, but I don't know. I mean, I think this market, you just gotta. I don't think volatility is a bad thing. So I've been waiting for some volatility to come back into the market, which it looks like we're getting today. Hood's down about 5%. These are all the stocks that I hold in my Robinhood portfolio: Fubo, BNGO, BetZ. But yeah, let me know what y'all think I should do with these live option contracts. I'm kind of debating just selling, the rest of those array calls just to free up some capital in case I do want to make some more trades. I believe. Yeah, see, I'm all on margin here. This is all margin. I don't have any cash in here, so I want to free up some cash to get off margin. So maybe I'll end up selling. Let's do this. Let's take a look at Fubo. You have all red stocks. Yeah, I mean, let's see. Maybe all my stocks are red today. I think most people are. Oh, look, Amazon's green. They just make money. They just make money and the stock goes up. So everything else, yeah, is pretty much in the red. Let's see. Even I opened an Ethereum position yesterday, down about 2% on that. But yeah, I mean, let me know in the chat what everyone's trading. Take profit on Fubo. I don't mind that if we want to take some profit on Fubo. Made about $50. Let's do this. Sell the close. See, I don't know though. Like I kind of want to see if Fubo drops another. I mean, it's the chart just does not look good right here. I mean, it was looking toppy to me earlier. I think we come all the way back down to this 26.15 level. And if I had more contracts, I would sell some and hold the other ones. But I only have 2 of those contracts, so I don't really have the ability to sell some and keep some. SQQQ keeps going up. The market's going down. But yeah, I mean, Jay Jones is saying Amazon is value. And that's really interesting, is because I think a lot of these big tech companies, whether you're talking about Apple, whether you're talking about Amazon, whether you're talking about Netflix, have been growth stocks for so long, but now they're just making so much money hand over foot that they're actually like value plays. Like I think Apple, you could make an argument, is like a value stock at this point with how much cash Apple holds on the company's balance sheet. Obviously Warren Buffett, who's the most famous value investor, has Apple as his biggest position. So that tells you, or it tells me, I think at least, that at some point Apple is a value play and not just a growth play. Yeah, I am tempted to take profit just in these option contracts real quick. So let's go ahead and do that. My average price on these SQQ were 21 cents up to 29 real quick. So I'm always in favor of taking profit on options contracts, because you can't go broke taking profits, right? Like 38%, nothing to sneeze at. Do I love seeing, 100%, 200% gainers? Yeah, of course. I mean, it's a nice little, essentially like an ego boost. Like, oh, this trade was so good that I got over 100% on it. But look, if you add these up, if you add up 38% winners day in and day out, then you're beating the markets by a lot. So even though I'm not doing it right this second, that is what I recommend, would be taking profits when you get like double-digit percent gainers. And my portfolio would actually be looking good right now if it wasn't for these contracts just getting absolutely crushed. I mean, down 6%. Looks like we might see this come back up a little bit. So I'm going to kind of hold off and wait on those. And yeah, again, let me know in the chat what y'all are trading. What's your strike on SQQ? So the SQQ ones are cheap because they're not far out. These expire on September 24th. So this only gives me like two weeks or so. The strike price is $7.50. I believe when I got into these, let's see. I got into these like right when the market was closing yesterday, so we can take a look at where SQQ was. So yeah, I mean, looks like it was about 720, and I got in on the 750 calls. But yeah, let's see. Someone's saying they're looking at BBIG, Vinco Ventures. Oh wow, This is one of the few stocks that I've seen in the green today. Vinco Ventures up about 12%. Let me know how you're trading this. I think a lot of these stocks that we've seen just have like crazy runs before. Anytime you see them start consolidating and finding a range, that's a very good sign that they can essentially squeeze again, that they can run again. I'm currently not in on this one. I don't even think I have any history on the stock on Robinhood. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, I explained this on Power Hour that the way I would kind of play Vinco Ventures or some of these stocks is I wouldn't mind just buying some call contracts that I know are essentially a bet. Like if I spend $250 on some, let's say $15 call options. So let's go expire a few weeks out. Maybe a $15, so $190. Say I bought 2 of these, spent $280, knowing full well that, hey, it's probably more than likely that this $280 is just going to go to zero and I'm going to be out $280. But if this stock runs, then that $280 can turn into $1,000 easily, turn into $1,000. And I think, doing the benefit of doing that is your risk is set in stone. What you're risking is $280. You can't lose more than that. $280 is the most you can lose. And you just got to know full well, like, am I willing to take on this risk of $280 for the potential that this stock runs again? And then you can make a lot of money. It depends on how risk averse you want to be. If you want to be safer, then just find good stocks and buy common stock and don't trade options at all. I can already see that some of these, the FUBO puts and the SQQ calls are coming down a little bit. So I don't know if we're running out of energy there. But yeah, let me go back to the comments real quick. Tough day trading. Yeah, I mean, tough. Play spreads. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of other ways to kind of play options that are safer than just buying call options or buying put options. But that's primarily what I do. And I do them a lot of times with like existing positions. So as I was mentioning with FUBO, since I hold this stock long already and I think it's going to drop in the short term, I want to be covered. I want to buy some puts, raise some capital, and then I can lower my cost average into FUBO by putting those profits back into the common stock. But yeah, I mean, definitely let's take a look back in the overall market. So we'll go check out SPY. Yeah, I mean, it looks like SPY might have started slowing down the drop that it was having, but it's still not doing, look, we still haven't seen any signs of reversal yet. Let's check in on the Dow Jones. Yeah. The Dow got some buyers. Dow started to bounce a little bit. Let's go check in on the Qs. Yeah. Any day like this, like a red day that's just red through and through, it seems like the Qs are going to get hit a little bit harder than Dow. I mean, the growth stocks in general, they'll grow faster, they'll go up faster, but they'll also come down faster, which is why if I want to hedge myself against the market, I want to do it through QQQ puts or SQQ calls. I'd rather do it on QQQ than trying to trade, Dow or SPY. You like high IV as a seller? Yeah. So if you're selling options with the high IV, you get, a better premium, and then you can hope that the IV drops, and then you end up, taking a profit there. Let's check in on VIX. Yeah, VIX is having a nice day, up 2.5%. These charts on Robinhood are just so hard to actually gauge anything from. If you expand them and you go to the real charts, then you can see some candles, which helps, but there's definitely better places to look at charts. Rocky Lex, I would like to know your opinion on Any. So Any is a crypto play, I believe. Sphere 3D. Sphere 3D engages in the provision of solutions for standalone storage and technologies that converge the traditional silos of compute, storage, and network into one integrated, hyper-converged or converged solution. It offers solutions to call centers, education, healthcare, professional firms, telecommunication industries. The company was founded, blah, blah, blah. I thought, maybe I'm wrong. I thought this company got into crypto somehow, so they have some exposure to Bitcoin and stuff. Actually, so let's do this. Let's expand the chart. Go out 3 months. Let's look at candlesticks. Yeah, I mean, definitely a strong day. So yeah, if we look at it, this is a week-long chart. Where, I guess it doesn't say on here what candles I'm looking at. But yeah, I mean, this looks like it's got a strong trend. I would say we're at kind of an interesting spot right here where we're either going to run into resistance or keep running. So if you're not in it already, I would say wait, hang out, see what this does over the next, the rest of the day today, maybe tomorrow. And if it is green again tomorrow, I would say this is going to like keep running back up to these previous. So we're about $7 right now, but we saw it get all the way as high as $12. If this green trend continues, I would say we can definitely see this $12 mark back, or at conservatively back up to this, $9 level. So a nice 20-30% run. I would just be worried here that it looks like we could be losing some steam and have a nice little pullback. But I don't think a pullback would necessarily be a bad thing if you're looking to trade this, because if it pulls back, then you just get in at a lower price and still look for that same run. But yeah, we can see going back to yesterday afternoon, just some very strong candles here. I think we're looking at the 10-minute candles here. So very strong the last, couple hours of trading. But I'm not in this one personally. Let's see. Let's go back to the day. Yeah, I mean, we just saw, as I'm talking about it, we're seeing this pullback. Would not be surprised at all if we see it pull all the way back down to around $6 flat. And honestly, if it does, I forget who it was in the chat that pointed this out, but if it does pull back there, I'm gonna look at it as a potential stock to get into. And let's see what's driving my portfolio higher right now. Oh, these Fubo puts are. Yeah, see, Fubo's getting crushed right now. That's what you like to see when you have puts on a stock. Same with SQQQ. So real quick, for anyone not familiar with SQQQ, so essentially you have QQQ, which tracks the biggest 100 stocks from the NASDAQ. So QQQ is very heavily influenced by, the FANG stocks, Facebook, Apple, Amazon, Netflix, Google. And so basically the biggest tech company in the world comprise QQQ. SQQQ is a inverse leveraged ETF. So when QQQ goes down, SQQ goes up. And if QQQ goes down 1%, SQQ goes up 3%. So that's why if I think QQQ is going to go down a little bit, that I don't mind, trading SQQ, because it's going to go up even more than QQQ goes down. Obviously, trading these assets, anything leverage, is super risky. You get a little warning label here on Robinhood that, hey, this is leveraged. This is not just, so regular is, so this is QQQ, goes up 1%. The inverse leverage one goes down 3%. Same thing, but reversed. And basically, it's very risky to trade these, so it's not recommended to do it if you're a beginner trader. But it can make for some nice short-term returns if that's what you're looking for. I think SQQ is 3 times leverage. Crypto Morning Show saying 2 times. I believe it's 3 times. Could be wrong. You can always go down. So let's check it out real quick. Yeah, SQQ provides a negative 3 times inverse exposure to modified market weighted cap of the 100 largest non-financial firms listed on the NASDAQ. So yeah, I mean, if you're like me and most of your long-term positions are in the QQQ, you got your Facebooks, you got your Netflixes, you got your Googles, then SQQ can be a great way to kind of like hedge your positions, just trade it. I would not recommend buying it and holding it, because basically any inverse or any leverage ETF in general will like go down to zero over time. So if we take a look at something like JNUG, see, I get this warning label on Robinhood, leverage product. You got to know what you're doing. But this is what happens with stocks like this, or with inverse ETFs like this. So back in 2016, this was at $3,778, and now it's at 63. So over time, these leveraged funds just get crushed, and they really are only good for, you know, intermediate, like quick trading. At least that's how I've found in my experience. Same thing with the direction S&P oil and gas ×2, like same thing. I mean, look at the past 5 years, down 99.6%. So I'm not, you know, a fan of kind of like trading these, or essentially like investing in these. Just use them to trade. Sell and hold QQQ. Yeah, Cameron Dole, I have played puts on TQQQ. Let me see. So I know I was playing this like right when the COVID crash happened. Let me see if I have my history here. I know I've played this before on Robinhood actually, but I don't know where it is. Maybe I can search here. Huh. I don't know. Usually right at the bottom of, maybe I haven't traded the stock on Robinhood. All right, y'all. Well, it is 11 o'clock. We do have SPAX Attack starting. So as soon as I get the word from Mitch, we'll head over to SPAX Attack. This stream should automatically redirect you to SPAX Attack. You know, sorry I didn't have more, I guess, like trading ideas for today. It's just kind of one of those days where everything kind of seems to be in the red. But as I mentioned earlier, I like the volatility. So it's nice to see some volatility in the markets. What's up, Ruel? Shout out Ruel in the chat. If you guys haven't checked out Ruel's report, please do. It's on our channel. We do it every Monday night, but with the holiday this week, we did it Tuesday night, so we did it last night. I'm just checking real quick to make sure this stream is set to redirect from here to SPAX Attack. And then again, before I head off, I'll be back on Power Hour. Let me know what you're trading. I am going to try to but sell some of these option contracts to free up some capital in my portfolio. So I will be ready to make another trade this afternoon. Tune into Power Hour to see kind of what some of those trades are. One Oak Hookah is saying, I bought SQQ shares because the market are all-time highs and the SQQ is at all-time lows. I agree with you on the most part, but I think it's a safe hedge when, not if. Yeah, I agree with you, One Oak Hookah. I'm basically saying just don't buy and hold these leverage ETFs expecting it to like work out over time. Like once you see a double-digit return, you make 10% on those. I would sell SQQQ and then look to take those profits into other trades, just because over time it doesn't usually work out to hold these leveraged ETFs. All right, y'all. Well, that will be it for me over here. SPAX Attack starting up now. And yeah, stick around, smash the like if you haven't already.